Hey there, my name is Alejandro, and welcome back to day 6 of me doing the Daily LeetCode challenge until I hit 1 year's worth of green contributions here on GitHub. So today is for the July 22nd, 2024 problem, and let's waste no more time and get straight into it. Okay, we got LeetCode easy today. Sweet, because yesterday's hard. Took me a little while. Okay, problem 2418, sort the people. Sure. You're given an array of string names, strings names, and an array heights that consist of distinct positive integers. Okay. Just heights. Both arrays are of length n. For each index I, names I and heights I denote the name and height of the ith person. Sure. Return names sorting in descending order by the people's heights. Okay. No, this is like okay. The first thing that comes to mind is there was a similar problem that I did in my advanced algorithms class, which was we had an array of people and their height, and then they all want to go like kayaking, and so we also have an array of all the available paddles and those things heights, and usually the best paddle that you have is one that's exactly like your height and so on. And so it's like, oh, you have all these paddles, you have all these people's heights, and so you want to minimize like the total cost, with the total cost being like the sum of the differences in people's heights and paddles across the combinations that you give. So ideally, like the best case scenarios, every single person gets a paddle that's exactly their height and so on. And turns out the optimal solution to that is you actually use sorting. So you sort the paddles and you sort the people, and you give the smallest paddle to the smallest person, and etc. etc. And the philosophy is that like this shortest paddle, it'll have to go to someone. And so might as well give it to the person that happens to be the shortest, because that'll technically minimize that difference and so on and that. But this is a LeetCode easy, and if I read this correctly, I think that this problem is even easier than that. So it might be just a filtering problem. You're given an array of string names and an array heights that consist of distinct people of integers. Both arrays are of length n. For each index I, height I. So you basically have to sort heights and keep like I mean, I'll code up a solution that I think of, but the idea is that like we can create a mapping between we can do so many things. Like we can create an array that's pairs of names and heights and sort it by heights, and then just return the array. Trying to think, can we do this better than n log n? What if we use a heap? I mean, it's a LeetCode easy. Maybe the best solution is n log n. If I heapify heights, it'll take O of n time, and then but then every pop is log n, and there's n total elements, which means it's n log n. Anyway, so a heap won't give me any complexity advantage over sorting. I mean, I have to in order to do this, I need to find heights in descending order. The only way I'm going to do that is if I sort. So I'm going to have to sort. I don't think I can do this better than n log n. Is there a complexity restraint? I don't think so. Okay. I mean, first thing, we don't even need a dictionary. I mean, I guess I could, but yeah, why not use a dictionary? I can also do it with pairs. So maybe I'll do like dictionary solution. / hash map solution. D equals names I mapped to heights I for I in range length n. Okay, so first of all, assert that length of names equals length of heights, and then n equals length of names. Or actually, yeah, just length of names here. It's fine. Equals length of names. Right in range n. Assert basically, it's just very simple. Basically, it'll just crash or throw an exception if a condition that you put in there is not true and so on, which is very, very, very useful for debugging and so on. You know, you write an assert statement of something that you expect to always be true at a certain case, and if it's not, then that means like there was likely a bug in your code. Here is just like It's just a sanity check at this point. Like, we're told that they are both of length n and so on, so they should always pass. You want to assert something that is true. But oftentimes when you're writing code, like especially, I learned this a lot in my operating systems course, where it's like a lot of behavior might not always go the same way, especially because you're switching between like kernel mode, user mode, and all this and blah blah blah. So it's like it's important to have like a ton of assert statements, and it'll save you hours and hours and hours of debugging. And I wish I did that a little bit more yesterday because I spent a long time on the hard and so on. So yeah, just a good practice to use asserts, I think. Anyway, okay, let's just solve this problem. N equals length names I, heights I, sorted d dot keys with key equals lambda key d of key. Return this, and then we want them in descending order. So reverse equals true. It's gonna be sad. Is this literally it? Why is this not true? What? Okay, print D. Return names sorted in descending order by the people's heights. What? Bob, Alice, Bob? Alice, Bob, and Bob. What the heck? We can have the same name twice? I see. Okay, well then, I mean we can just do the non-dictionary version, which is just use an array anyway. Create. I mean, I hope that the pairs are unique. It's fine. Let's just do this. Names I. We're gonna create tuple pairs like this. Heights I for I in range length names, which is n, that we know is the same as heights. That's our array. Pairs return sorted sorted pairs equals pairs that sort with key equals lambda. We have a pair here, and we want to sort based on the height. So pair of index 1 and reverse is equal to true. Turn. It's not good that I create so many arrays. Oh, yeah, it's okay. Pairs of 0 for pair in pairs. I think this should work. No? What? Why do I? Pairs of 0 for pair in pairs. Pairs is just tuples. Key equals lambda pair 1. Yeah. Print pairs. Print pairs. Yeah, Mary. This is one. Mary, Emma, John. But I'm doing pairs of 0. Oh, yeah, it's just Mary, Mary, Mary because I'm doing pairs of. Oh my gosh, that's silly, silly. There we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it. Okay. Very simple problem today. Very nice. Okay. Well, as a quick recap, okay, this is a little easier than the problem I was rambling around with the paddles and people's heights. And by the way, those problems were meant to be like not too hard because the focus of that course with those problems was in terms of greedy proofs. So the hard part of the problem was like write a proof that this greedy algorithm is optimal and so on, the one with the sorting and and like an easy one was using like an exchange argument, but there was also like two other arguments. I forgot their names and so on. But yeah, so solution explanation, i.e. we have names and heights, right? Where for each index I, names of I is equal to height of I, right? And we want to return the names sorted in descending order by the people's heights. So all I did is I created an array that basically kind of creates pairs of names and people's heights respectively. So here we have index 0, we have Mary and height 180. So the first element inside of this pairs list will be a tuple whose first element is the string Mary and whose second element is the height 180. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort this array based on the second value of these pairs, which represents people's heights, and I'm gonna reverse it. So here it's like the key, the value that it's gonna use when I call pairs.sort is for each element, which is this pair, so this two-item tuple, the index 1 element, which happens to be the height, and reverse equals true just means that like instead of returning the sorted array in ascending order, it'll return me the sorted array in descending order, so the other way around. And then at the end, this will give me the sorted tuples based on height, descending, and then I want just the names, so create a new array, which is the pair 0 for pair in pairs, where remember in pairs you have these two-element tuples with the first one being the value of the name, so pair of 0 gives me that name, so the name for each pair inside of this new sorted pairs, and that's what I return, and that's the whole problem. And so yeah, okay, well, in that case, thank you very much for watching. If you want to do something similar to what I do, the extension that I'm using is called LeetSync. This is not created by me and so on, so I happen to trust this extension, although you don't have to yourself, but if you did want to do what I do, this is just a little extension that I use. What this does, if you don't know, is it automatically pushes the code into my GitHub. So if I come here into LeetCode, so the problem that we just solved is called sort the people. If I come in here, sort the people, you'll see that it'll say, hey, you just uploaded this problem 2 minutes ago. And if I click in here, it'll put the readme to the problem, just as such, and it will also write down the solution that I just wrote, that we just went through. And yeah, okay, but I'll end the video here. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Ciao, ciao.